Hi everyone, how are you doing today? It's still your registered dietitian, nutritionist, and your public health officer. So today we're going to look into what a serving size is, a portion size, and a food exchange list. So what's a serving size? A serving size is a standardized amount of food that provides a specific amount of calorie, nutrients, and other dietary components in it. So it is developed for reference purposes and nutritional labeling and for education. A serving size is measured in grams, ohms, or cups. So what is a portion size? A portion size is the amount of food an individual chooses to eat. It can be a prescribed amount. So the measurement of it depends on the individual needs of the person. So with this, a dietitian can develop a meal plan, and whatever the dietitian is giving you at and each meal is called a portion size. Without a dietitian, the size of food you eat at once is called a portion size, because a serving size is a standard size. So serving size has already been developed with a particular size, understand, that provides a particular nutrient. So that is the difference between serving size and what portion sizes. Okay, let me use an example, an illustration for maybe a product, a packaged product, let me say biscuit or something. So a serving size, they might tell you that the serving size of this biscuit is 25-gram pack of it. Understand? That's the serving size. But when you eat more than one pack, two packs, it's known as a what portion size. So it means that individual can eat more than a serving size or eat lesser than a serving size depending on the needs and the prescribed diets. So what is food exchange list? It is a system that categorizes foods in their food groups according to their nutrients, according to their calorie, their carbohydrates, protein, and fats. So this is what exchange list provides. For example, the food groups that is there is starchy group, the fruit group, the vegetable groups, the dairy group, the fat groups. Each of these groups, there is a specified amount of carbohydrate, amount of protein, amount of fats it provides in a serving. So this is what I want us to understand now, what a serving is, because you cannot do anything even when you want to prescribe a portion size for somebody. You need to know the serving size. When you don't know the serving size, which is the basis, you cannot develop meal plan, and one that wants to eat will not know the right quantity of food to eat. Food exchange list was developed by the American Diabetic Association to take care of diabetic patients and people that are in a specific diet, to help them calculate their meals, especially their carbohydrate content of whatever they are eating. So it helps you to calculate your carbohydrate content. People that want to lose weight, people living with diabetes, you really need this so that you can calculate well. So what am I trying to say? I want to tell you the carbohydrate content of each of these food groups. We have the starchy group. In this starchy group, we have both the starchy vegetables there, like the potatoes, the yam, or you call it roots, starchy roots. And then you have the yam, the plantains, the potatoes, and in these starchy vegetables, they are all in starchy group. There you also see bread there. Then the cereals and grains are also in this starchy group. 15 grams of carbohydrate is in a serving of each starchy group, whether grain, cereal, starchy vegetables like potatoes, plantain, and the yams, or bread. For fruits also have 15 grams of carbohydrate for a serving. The exchange of a dairy product for the carbohydrate is 12 gram for an exchange. Legumes are counted as both carbohydrate food and protein food. So in raising of sugar, it has three aspects it looks into. First is it has a low glycemic index, so the ability of it rising sugar is very low. The protein content of it, a protein content of food helps in slowing down digestion of carbohydrates, meaning that it also help in controlling sugar level. So that's why it's not explicitly listed in the exchange list, but it's for us to understand that a serving of legume also provides 15 grams of carbohydrates, just like starchy foods. Then it has protein and a very high fiber. That is why it doesn't increase sugar level. There is also fat group, but it doesn't contain carbohydrates, so It's not something we'll look into now. And also the meat aspect of it, which is the protein sources. Understand? Meat and other eggs, and they do not also contain carbohydrates, so that's not our concern. So remember, I said our concern is a starchy food groups which provide 15 grams for a serving size, the fruits which also provide 15 grams per serving size, then the legumes which also provide 15 grams per serving size, then the dairy products which gives us 12 grams per serving size. So the issue now is, you ask me what a serving size is. You need to understand what is that standard we are talking about. Remember, we said a serving size is a standard, a particular amount of food that also provides a specific amount of nutrient, calorie, and other dietary components. So the question now is, what is a standard serving size? What is that standard serving size for each of the food type? What's the standard size? So I will be showing us some pictures of what a standard serving size is. Understand, of different fruits and our food. But for example, rice, which is under grains and is also under starchy foods. So under there, I told you that a serving of it provides us with 15 grams. So what is a serving of it? So a serving of it is in cups. Remember, I told you that servings can be in cups, can be in grams, or can be in ounce. So I'll be teaching us about the cups and the grams. So for the cup, a serving size of rice is so a serving size of cup is this 1/3 standard cup. These are standard cup. It comes in different sizes so that you can easily calculate, and it's been labeled. You can see this is say 1/3 cup, 1/3 cup. So this is 1/2. I don't know if you can see it, 1/2, and this is 1. This is what we call a standard cup. It's just the same everywhere. So this is what a standard is. It helps us to measure our fruits, knowing what serving sizes are. So for a standard cup of rice, for a serving size of rice, this is the cup for a serving size of rice. And this is what it provides us with. It provides us with 15 grams of carbohydrates. Rice. For white boiled rice, you use this. For all rice, this is a standard cup for rice. So when you measure this, so you now ask me, what will it give you in grams? If this is a standard cup, how do I measure this in grams? Because mostly if I say this cup, you might not know what to use. But if I tell you measure this in grams, you can go ahead to get your weighing scale. At this point, weighing scale is very, very, very important because you will need it to measure the quantity of food you need. So for the professionals, first I would like to introduce the food composition table. It is very, very important for professionals, for you to be able to calculate the grams of that you need, to know the quantity of food needed. It's very, very important to use your food composition table. So for rice, I'm just going to only calculate rice, but I will show you every other thing. I will show you the pictures, you watch them and know what a standard a serving size is, so that you can select your food rightly. When you eat 2 of it, know that you have taken 2 servings of a serving size. Understand? But I will tell you how it is calculated for just only rice. So how do we calculate this? So the food composition table explains food in their 100 grams. Is already a standard that all food products will be in 100 grams. If you look at the nutritional labeling also, all food products have been given the mandate to provide their 100-gram nutrient composition. So that is where you see food nutrition labeling. So in this now, we have our standard, which is that 100 gram. So what does 100 gram of rice, how much carbohydrate does it provide? That is the first thing you have to look into. Understand? I'm talking to the professionals now. You can go ahead and do yours. And so looking at this, 100 grams of rice provides us with 29.64 grams of carbohydrates. You have to also note what the fiber content is, because fiber is also a carbohydrate, a complex carbohydrate. So doing that, you have to subtract the fiber content from the carbohydrate content to get the total carbohydrate content. What am I saying? So if this 100 gram provides us with 29.64 gram of carbohydrates and fiber of 0.65 grams, so I have to subtract this from the carbohydrate content. Subtracting that, I will get a total of 28.99 gram. So 28.99 gram is the total carbohydrate in the 100 gram of rice. So in doing that, what you now ask yourself, what will 15 gram of carbohydrate, what amount of rice will it give us? Then you cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you get your answer. So I have 52 gram of rice here. That means a 52 gram of rice will provide us with what? 15 gram of carbohydrate. And that 52 gram of rice is this that I'm talking about, this 1/3 cup. So this is it. The serving size of rice is 52 gram of rice. So when you eat 100 gram of this of rice, 100 gram of rice, you have taken 2 servings. Are we getting it? You have taken 2 servings. So that is it. But the most important thing in the management of diabetes is the glycemic index and the glycemic load. So sometimes the quantity matters. You can watch my video in advanced method of carbohydrate counting, where I mentioned the classifications of glycemic load and glycemic index of food. For example, just this cup will give you 10.8 glycemic load, meaning it's low. But when you eat these 2 cups, you have about 20 or more than it, or more than 20 glycemic load, which is very high and has the ability to raise blood sugar level because of what the glycemic index of rice is very high. So caution is taken when rice is the option for the diet. So all of these are what dietitians take into place to know the quantity of food. They know the quantity of food you should take, and the quantity I give Mr. A is different from the quantity I give Mr. B because their dietary needs are different. That is why diet is individualized. It considers different factors like weight, height, size, activity level, the health condition of the patient, and so many things are looked into before diet is prescribed. So if you know your carbohydrate target in a day, you can easily achieve it through your number of servings. Understand? Because you know that this one will provide you 15 grams, so you can easily calculate your carbohydrate, the amount of carbohydrate you are eating in every food you are taking, whether cooked foods or packaged food, because I've taught us how to calculate carbohydrate in packaged food. Just watch that video. That example is in the video on basic and advanced carbohydrate counting. Is there. I gave example with a 2000 kilocal and a 250, requiring a 250 gram of carbohydrate for an individual. So I took my time to analyze that and explaining it. So you need to watch that video. And please, if you like what is happening here, please subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get recent information in your day-to-day nutrition and health. So I'm going to show you the different fruits and the different foods with their serving size. So when you eat them, one, know that you have taken just 1 serving size that will provide you with the listed nutrient, the listed amount of carbohydrate I mentioned. Then when you eat it, to know that you have taken 2 times serving. When you take it 3, you have taken 3, just like that. So I wish you well. I hope you understood what I'm trying to let you understand. I hope you understood it perfectly so that you can be able to manage your own diet, calculate your diet, and plan your meal very well. Especially for the diabetic patient, you need to take it strictly, understand it, then plan well. For the professionals out there, I also hope that this video finds you well, so that you practice well. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.